Me too.
Just want to say that.
Nobody on the roads at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Well, they are literally one of Southwest Florida's most popular meals, and you've probably seen the trap markers in the water.
But have you ever wondered, how does this all work? Well, for more in the morning, Gary Brode is live to walk us through the process. Gary, catching anything good out there?
Yeah, I already caught a few so far. No, just kidding. These were already caught. But yeah, you can see, I mean, this is one of Southwest Florida's most delicious dishes. And this is actually one of the best times of the year to catch these blue crabs. We're going to let that guy go. We're joined now by Frank, who has been doing this for over 40 years. He is one of the best crabbers in all of Southwest Florida. Frank, thank you so much for joining us. And I want to kind of pick your brain here and walk us through how you set these traps, where you set these traps. So let's kind of begin with maybe just getting one of these traps over here and kind of just tell us, you know, what goes into, what do we have to do at this point to bring these crabs in?
Okay, basically, and most important, it's fresh bait.
Okay,
crabs
which you have over here, correct?
Yes. Crabs do not like bait that is not fresh.
What do you got here?
They're very fussy. This is a Manhattan.
Okay.
And it makes great bait. It's real oily, and it really attracts the crabs in good.
And how many, you normally put about 2, 3 in there?
About 2. It depends on how many crabs are out there. If they're really thick, you add more bait. If there are less crabs in the water, you just use less bait.
All right, so we're going to toss it out, but first, before we do, I want to show you a couple of things about this. First, what these larger areas right here, this is where the crabs come in, correct?
Yes, that's a funnel.
And there's also, should be a few holes around here. You mentioned these are for the smaller ones.
Yes, that will let an undersized crab right out the
escape.
trap. Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, so at this point, we just want to throw some out there. Kind of pick a point right now, and we're going to toss it. When you're picking, what are you thinking about when you're doing all of this?
Well, I think all the time. I'm just judging on what I catch too after I have the trap set,
okay,
to see the quantity of crabs and where's where, and I try to stay on the biggest concentration of them.
All right, and there's certain factors that go into this.
Yes. Basically, the crabs follow a pattern to a point, but what will change it, the wind, the rain, the temperature, that'll all change on where the crabs are and, you know, the quantity of them.
All right, so let's go ahead and toss this out here wherever you think is a good spot. You have to kind of space out. You can see different traps around here. So how far do you have to be from these other traps?
There's no law on it.
No law, okay.
You can go as close as you want, but
you want to kind of stay away,
you want to be considerate.
A little professional courtesy there.
Exactly.
All right, so I do want to mention, though, we can't pull any crab traps right now.
Correct.
I want to show you some video, though, of us pulling them yesterday, just to give you an idea of what goes into pulling this. And why is that?
It's a state law, and it's to protect the crabbers, too, from people, you know, pulling your traps in the dark and taking your crabs.
Okay.
You know.
And so you can see all of that kind of going on right now on the video. And you typically catch about, what, 10 of these crates every single day? That's
what I'm doing right now. That's a good day.
That's
yes.
a good day.
I like
because this is a good time of the year, as you mentioned.
Yes.
So how many crabs does that end up being?
Probably in the large ones, I'm going to say about 10 dozen in a box. It would add up to a lot.
That's
a lot of crabs
right there. All right, so
easily.
Let's go ahead and toss this one out here. Is this maybe give me a good spot here?
Yep. You can
just give it a good toss.
Yep. What you do is always throw the rope off first.
Okay.
And then, it'll go. There you go.
And then just give it a toss.
And then just throw it where the weight will go toward the bottom.
All right.
There you go. You're a crabber.
Hey guys, coming up, we mentioned that you can't pull them until sunrise. So coming up on Facebook Live at 7 o'clock, we're going to go ahead and pull some of these traps to see if we can catch some of these delicious blue crabs. That'll be at 7 o'clock. Just go to ABC-7, Southwest Florida. Back to you.
But is he going to get to eat any?
Yeah, that's what I want to know, too. Two things, Gary. Beautiful sunrise already coming up behind you. Second thing is, what are the pinch risks here? I mean, I'm sure Frank's gotten pinched a few times in his career over 40 years.
Yeah, funny you say that. I asked Frank yesterday. Frank, you said you get pinched about, what, 10 times a day, give or take?
It all depends. Sometimes I can get pinched as many as 100 times or more.
And you go until the gloves are basically been pinched out.
I've had the finger just about pinched off a glove.
Wow. Yeah, so I was looking in just a few minutes before we came on air. Frank just went ahead and stuck his hand in there and got pinched by a couple of these crabs. So the man's fearless, and I guess when you've been pinched that many times, you kind of get used to it after a while.
There you go.
So back to you guys in the studio.
It's part of the gig, man. All right, Gary, good to see you, buddy.
All right, thanks, Gary. Wow. Yeah, I'm hungry for some crab now.